What's going on? This is Dvsn. You can check us out right now on the Bootleg Kev podcast.
Bootleg Kev Show, special guests in the building. We have Dvsn, ladies and gentlemen.
What up? What up?
Well, first of all, I want to say on behalf of men all over the place that aren't me, because I can't relate to this particular record.
And why are you speaking on their behalf?
Because I have friends who relate strongly to this record.
Strong.
This record is very, very appreciated by the male demographic in the world. Is this something that you guys, I mean, obviously personal experience you went through and you're like, yo, this, how come we don't have one of these?
Yeah, I mean.
Tell us how much of a piece of shit you are.
Honestly, the record is not, it's not what you guys are taking it as, first and foremost.
Well, so, I mean, the hook is very factual, though.
Everything in the record is factual.
But I'm saying, like, if I don't, just because I get caught cheating, doesn't mean I don't love you.
Right, because when you break it down, cheating is not about that for a lot of people. When they're cheating, it's
men
not.
Specifically.
A lot of men specifically relate to it, right?
Correct.
But we've heard from women, too, and there's a lot of girls that are like, yo, I kind of just wanted to go out there and fuck. Or I got caught up in the situation, or I felt low about myself. I wanted to feel sexy again, and this person over here made me feel that way. You know, I didn't stop loving my person. The moment I was finished, I felt like, fuck, what did I just do? You know, that feeling. So I've been on, I think we've both been on probably both sides of that fence.
Both of you guys have cheated and been cheated on?
I think I've been cheated on. I don't have the
You don't know for sure? Then you don't know.
See, I don't know, but it looks... It looks suspect.
Before? Yes, I had a god awful, terrible dumpster fire of a human being as a baby mother. So shout out to her.
Dumpster fires.
She's
crazy.
A fucking terrible person. She's somewhere probably doing heroin right now. I don't know. Fuck that bitch. Anyway, I have my son. That's all that matters. Anyway, so yeah, so like, who was this your idea?
Okay, so let me break it down. We have been working on this album with Jermaine Dupri real closely.
The R&B God.
There you go. Salute. What up, JD? We walked into the studio, and he's literally opens the door singing that chorus.
Ooh.
Opens the door to the I can't hate it. That don't mean I don't love you. And I was like, what? And I was like, oh my God, that's exactly what I want to say in life. And I was like, I've never heard somebody just say, it was so, it's put so simply, but it's a deep thought.
100%.
Right? And so we walk in, Brian Michael Cox is already messing around with some
Christ,
beats.
just legendary fucking people.
Yeah, already just, he's going at it. 19 has the idea to be like, yo, what if we flip some of our old ideas where we used to put like girl choirs on stuff and make it men, a whole bunch of guys this time, so that way it can help express that this is a thought that feels universal.
Right.
A lot of people can relate to this. So I thought that was genius, and I sat down and I wrote these verses. Now, these verses have been highly taken out of perspective, I think.
Okay.
On people's first, maybe second or third.
Well, you said
listens.
there's a little misunderstanding about the meaning.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm writing about a guy that's in a relationship where his partner starts to feel like maybe they're cheating on them. And I'm writing this from the perspective of someone who's like, yo, everything that attracted you to me has now turned into your insecurities. Right?
That happens a lot.
Happens a lot. Guys and girls.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like you liked me for who I was, for being fly, for being a good looking dude, for being, funny, cool, whatever, all these things. But now, because as soon as I leave the crib, it's
now
an issue.
Yeah, you want me to?
Yeah,
why you dressed up?
Exactly.
Why you got a brand new shirt on?
Exactly. Where you going? You know? Oh, you're going over there. Oh, you're gonna be what? Talking in all these hoes' faces. You got to be the life of the party. Like it's like you met me this way. You liked me because of these things. You always liked being around my energy. All these things like that. And now it's turned into this. Now you're digging through phones and checking Instagram followers and. All that stuff right there. So that's the perspective that I'm writing about it. So people heard me say, I'm a fly nigga when you got here, charismatic when you got here. And they're thinking, oh, he's telling the girls like he was fly. You should already know I'm going to be fucking these hoes or something. But it's like, that's not what I was saying. I was saying I was these things and now.
Well, that's also a very important thing to convey because a lot of people feel that way.
What? That I was flying, I was already fucking these hoes?
No, that.
Oh, sorry.
When you get into a relationship, like you said, it always happens, whether it's the guy or the girl.
Yeah.
When you think about it, a lot of dudes will meet a chick in the club who's fucking beautiful, fucking ass out, whatever. And it's like, well, that's how you met this girl. That's what attracted you to her.
Exactly.
Now that you cuffed her, like, you can't get mad because she's going out with her homegirls.
Yeah. Exactly. So that's the perspective I wrote the verses from. And then I was like, it gets into the idea of, okay, so now you're doing the digging through the phone shit. Are you trying to find a problem, or are you trying to find an actual reason to leave? And then comes why would you want to leave when, even if hypothetically I was to cheat on you, it wouldn't be because all of a sudden I just lost my feelings for you and I don't love you anymore.
Right.
It would be probably because I just did something super selfish, super self-indulgent, super, me being a dickhead, me being an asshole, short-sighted, stroking my ego, all these other things. And I think that's a big misconception with people about why people cheat. And that's why we wanted to bring it to the table. It's usually not about the other person, especially with guys. Sometimes you hear women say, that they only did it because there was a lack of something, or a void, or an emotional disconnect, whatever it is.
They weren't getting something in their relationship.
They went to go find it. But guys, especially a lot of guys, I know girls too, but a lot of guys commonly, we can hear that, they have the girl they want.
Right.
This is just literally had nothing to do with them.
I mean, if you think about like all of the, like, Halle Berry's been cheated on, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and girls say that. Girls are like, how do you cheat on this person? And honestly, every guy gets it.
Honestly, I think with guys,
we think Beyonce got cheated on. We think.
Yeah, I think with guys, the more you have that you actually wanted, the less you feel inclined to stay, because we're used to chasing. So we're used to looking for the other things. So if you actually have everything at home, I feel like there's a twisted thing that happens in guys where they start being like,
something's missing. Like, I missed the chase.
I'm not doing what I feel like my nature just pushes me to do, or the way, or and mind you, it's not something that we can't control. It's something that we can't just say no to, but it's something that a lot of people fall into, right? And I don't think that when they do, it's talked about enough that a lot of times it's not because they just don't love you anymore. It's because of some other issues that they probably got to work out. Maybe they need to feel more desired. Maybe their self-esteem's a little low, and this is how they boost it. Maybe this is an ego thing. Maybe they haven't. I don't know. Whatever it is, just addiction to the chase, like you're saying. So.
And women at times have an addiction to chasing down your phone and trying to just find something to fight about, even if you're not cheating.
Right. Yeah. And so that is really. I like that. I like when you use what's going on here to shoot out there.
Yeah.
But I really feel like that's the conversation that we wanted to put on the table, and know that we wanted people to let's talk about it.
Yeah.
Because no one wants to talk about it. Everyone wants to act so like it's so taboo, and I think that that's what made the record really go, and is making the record really go, is the fact that it's so real,
and it's like hella underserved niche of like in R&B. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we don't have like an anthem like that.
There's never been.
And men enjoy R&B. I love R&B, and I feel like there's so much scorned woman music.
Yeah, there's not many songs that I feel like speak to this demographic that's embraced it so well.
Just like every man in the world except me, obviously.
Yeah, there you go.
100%.
Yeah.
Nah. So the Jermaine Dupri thing, obviously, JD, one of the greatest producers of all time, but specifically when it comes to the R&B shit, he's. I mean, I don't know, man. He might be the GOAT, I mean, you think of Confessions and, shit. JD's that motherfucker. Mm-hmm. What was the initial, like, link up with JD and, like, having him handle a lot of the reins on the project?
It wasn't supposed to be that on first meetup. We were really just meeting our management team just set up, me going through to go say what up to him.
Right.
Meet Jermaine Dupri. And, fast forward 2-3 days, and it's like, we're together every day.
Right.
We talk every day. The relationships turn from hero to big bro shit.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's a day that goes by where we're not calling or texting about whatever it is. At this point.
What is something that you guys learn creatively from JD, because when you're like that prolific, I feel like I'm sure a lot of the stuff he does just seems like effortlessly, but at the end of the day, you could probably grab from being around someone like that.
I think it is that though. Everything he does seems so effortless that when we're with him, he's always telling us we're thinking too hard. You'll be the first to be like, bro, you're thinking about this way too hard. Like if you haven't got it by now, either move on or it's that thing right there. So that's his like hit formula. He can tell you in like 10 seconds, yeah, that's gonna go. 100%. Nah, that's not the one.
It's the craziest thing with him. And it really shows in this record, because what I like to say that I think he's great at is real genius. And what I mean by that is there's a level of genius that I think that is for intellectual people to catch. Mm-hmm. But I think there's another higher tier where even if you're not smart, you still recognize the genius, right? And he's a way that like finds a way of making everything genius so simple.
Well, that's that, like a kid record, can get right?
it. Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
Records, he's just
great at that.
Hit records supposed to be palatable to everybody.
They should be, right? Yeah. Exactly. So, and I think that I think that's something that we really could have always used some of that. Because I think sometimes we've made like almost higher intellectual R&B even in the past. It's just like we gotta think. Oh, we really listen to
too
this.
Intelligent sometimes, the music from our perspective, and I think he was very clear with us about like, yo, whatever you guys have been doing is beautiful music, but let's make things that kind of go across the board. Like people need to understand it on the most basic level. They don't need to be able to. They don't have to like break it down to be like, well, this, and this happened. That's why
that tied into this line over here. Right. It's sometimes if someone can just stop you and just be like, yo, exactly what you said there. Just leave it like that. He's great at that. And,
not overthinking it.
Exactly. Yeah. And he's like, yo, for the spot in R&B that you want to go take, and that I can see that you have what it takes to go take that, this is the way to go.
It's like no different than like, like, I don't know, Kendrick Lamar and like Section 80, which was fucking one of my favorite Kendrick projects, right? But then on Good Kid, Mad City, he like put some like he put some thought into like, some hits, I guess.
And then on Damn, he took it even
further.
my
God, he took it way further for sure.
So it's like
To Pimp a Butterfly, he said, fuck it, I'm doing me. Damn, though, true. He got to it, you know what I'm saying? True. By the way, that's To Pimp a Butterfly is my favorite Kendrick album, for the record.
Is it?
Yes. But yeah. How do you guys like the new Kendrick album?
I think it's such a like beautiful piece of art that I only feel like I can play it in specific moments. Like I don't feel like I can play it at all times. I have to like be ready to just like.
I felt like that for about a week, and now it's like.
Now you're on it.
Just Rich Spirit. I just like throw that shit on and work out.
There's certain records like I definitely Rich Spirit. I can throw it on.
Savior. There's some shit on there. There's some shit. I feel like when it first came out, I was kind of like, damn, what do I like bang though? You know what I'm saying? But now I'm like going back. I listen to that shit a lot. I listen to that shit when I work out. That's why if I could work out to your shit, I feel like I could hear it on the radio or like hear it in the car. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like you gotta sit. I feel like more than most albums in the last 4 or 5 years, you gotta really like.
You're gonna sit with it,
and I feel like it gets better every time you listen to it.
I'm sure
it should,
as art should. Right?
Yeah, you know what I mean. So you guys also did was it last year you did the Ty Dolla $ign project?
Yeah, last year we did a mixtape with Ty.
Shout out to Ty.
Shout out to Ty.
One of the greats. You guys have 2 albums out, correct?
We just dropped our third right before that.
Before the Ty shit?
Before the Ty. Before the Ty mixtape,
yeah. I always feel like with the OVO thing, right? It's like, do you ever feel like there's like a gift and a curse with being with OVO? Because at the end of the day, Drake is the biggest artist in the world. He's one of the most talented artists in the world. And I feel like I appreciate his ear for who he signs to the label, because there's always like I wouldn't say always, but for the most part, high artistic integrity. When I think of like Majid Jordan and you guys, I feel like he also is allowing people to develop. Like artist development's like a real thing at OVO, if that makes sense.
Yeah,
but at the same time, that takes time. And when you're signed to Drake, people probably expect you to just come out swinging with like, fucking hit records and Drake features and all this shit.
Thing with Drake is people look at what he does for features and what he does for the label as 2 separate things, and they expect the same things. I think it's different. I think him jumping on a record versus him signing you, his mental approach to that is just completely different. I think like he might find a record and be like, cool, I'm hop on this wave, come on there, drop this.
Yeah.
Drop this, elevate this record, and
they call it the Drake Stimmy package.
The Stimmy, right?
Yes.
Whereas I think with artists that he's involved with, the business of signing, I think that he likes to be like, this person's dope. Give them what they need. This person's dope. Give them what they need. Versus the approach that he takes when he's just like, I'm jumping on a record.
Right. I just feel like it's like dope because you'll see like artist development happening at OVO. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not always like the cheat code is like, let me just get on a song knowing what that's going to do.
Well, that's also the easiest way for people to fail.
I mean,
because if you take an artist that's not in the Drake position,
right,
you give them the Drake
and then insert name here who's no longer relevant.
Exactly.
There you go.
And that's why we've always been really appreciative of the way that he's embraced things and let us kind of develop on our own path,
right,
and figure that out. At the same time, like, we still can go back and forth with records or ideas, and that's how we ended up on the Views album, or that's how he's had songs that he's written, and he'll throw it to us and be like, yo, what do you think of this record? You want to do something with it? Or, and there's always been that freedom, but there's never the pressure to feel like you guys don't have to do the Drake way of doing things,
right.
or you don't have to do it the way the traditional like label process would be.
Not only that, but I think it helps every artist on the label kind of own their brand, right?
That's smart, yeah.
Because I think that Dvsn, like we definitely have our own brand,
and your own cult following,
our fans.
It's independent of everything.
It's independent of anything.
Yeah.
So I love that we've been able to have the space to do that and to be successful in doing that.
What was his reaction when you heard this record?
We haven't talked to anybody since we dropped.
Jesus,
we literally been in the tunnel just trying to get this album done so Justice over there doesn't kill us. But we literally haven't talked to anybody, we literally locked in the studio, cooked up, and popped our head up to drop this. And even this record, why we popped our head up to drop this is because we've been inviting people to the studio just to hear things.
Yeah.
And every time we played that record, the whole room would burst into argument for like half an hour at a time. So we're like, yo, what is happening? And every guy felt like liberated. Some women are like, yeah, you know what? I get that. It's honest. Some girls are like, oh, it's a bop. Some girls are like, I'm triggered. I'm mad.
Oh, it's a trigger.
There's and then we're just like, yo, what is happening? This has never happened with a song like this. And so because of that, we just
we got to get this thing out.
This is also the first album that we've done outside of Toronto.
You guys doing? Were you guys doing it in Atlanta?
Yeah, everything's been at JD's studios, basically.
Yeah, it's amazing. Whose idea was it? Was it your idea or JD's idea to sample Jay? The Jay-Z?
It was both of us, because me and JD were joking about how ridiculous that line is.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, that's a crazy line. What if we use it? And then I was like, I don't really think I can do that. He's like, why? I was like, I don't think we're gonna get that cleared. He's like, I'll handle the clearance stuff. You just sample however you see, like how you see that fitting in the record, and I'll do the rest. And he did. He took care of it.
Hove cleared it. I mean, and it's cool because I actually saw the I think the Chex conversation or whatever that came out about Hove clear, and I didn't hear the record yet. So when I heard it, I was like, oh shit, they used that, and it's perfect for the song.
Yeah, it works. It was
message.
Exactly what we needed.
Because again, to say something like that, again, you're in your full ego at that moment to be able to tell somebody like,
it was just
I was just doing that. Like I was coming right back and thinking that's
okay.
What percentage are we done with the album, or is it done, or is it close?
It's like 97,
98.
You guys get Usher on the album?
I mean, you're gonna have to wait and see.
Well, Usher on the remix at least.
Yo, I said you're gonna have to wait and see.
That feels like a yeah.
Yeah, you said yeah because of Usher.
That feels like
that was a
yeah.
nice connection there. Yeah.
What about the Brat? I'm just kidding. Oh, wow. That would be random as fuck. You just have like the so-so deaf bass all stars like on like the last song. You know what I mean?
She has heard the record though. I seen her.
You have like Bone Crusher, Little Bow Wow.
Huh?
What she said?
She was just like, oh, this record is so fire.
Crazy.
Like Brad, yeah.
Shout out to Brad.
Shout out to Brad.
Yeah, Functified was incredible. Shout out to her. Yeah. So first album outside of Toronto, right? Or just Canada in general. What part? Are you guys both from Toronto? You're from Toronto? I keep hearing about Toronto. I hear it's amazing, man.
You gotta come. You have to.
I heard it's
Let's
like
make it a trip.
Yeah, I heard it's a vibe. Yeah. Everybody I know from you guys are just the nicest people.
We are though.
Canadians are just so sweet, man. I don't know one dickhead who's a Canadian. Now you guys probably do because you're from there. But all the Canadians I come into contact seem to be sweet guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why is that?
I don't think that's accurate. So
why is it? I just feel like is it because there's like fucking
free healthcare.
Free healthcare, less to stress about.
I think we're just less aggressive people in general.
I think that
you guys call ham Canadian bacon.
no, there's ham.
No, Canadian bacon is a certain type.
No, I don't know
the way
about
it's
that.
cut.
Not a Papa John's. You get that Papa John's, you say ham, we got Canadian bacon, and it comes in its ham.
I know a lot of people. I gotta say this because I'm sure Toronto people will see this. I know a lot of Toronto people that feel the complete opposite about Toronto versus the States. I'm actually
like everyone from the U.S. is nice,
super nice.
Really?
And
have you ever been to
super
like I don't know, fucking Tennessee or Mississippi or something?
No, see that's what I'm saying. Maybe I haven't been.
You've been to like
places,
Cali, Atlanta,
Houston.
Well, go to the middle of America.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. That's different. So, but I'm saying the places that I go, the people that I meet, as far as, especially in comparison to the black community in Toronto, it's way more love, especially in the South and stuff like that, amongst them than it is in Toronto. And I think it's the Southern
hospitality.
I think it's also the to get all deep, but I think I know not to get all deep.
Jesus,
but I think it's that. I think it's the fact that people have there's always been like just the racism idea of it all has kind of made black people kind of feel to other black people like, oh, you're one of us,
right.
You know, and in Toronto, it's a lot of the island culture, like the Jamaican and island culture kind of runs that, and island people are just, you know, they have their own attitude about them at all times. That's kind of what they are. Like,
well, I have no comment. Yeah. So.
Okay. Well, when you get there, you'll
I won't even make a comment then. Everybody's nice.
Yeah, the world's nice.
How do you feel about you guys have Justin Trudeau running your country, and I know that like there's like a crazy like I know people fucked with him, and then COVID happened, and it seems like he's I don't. How do y'all feel about this guy?
I think COVID made everything different. You know, I won't say better or worse. I think it made things different, and this was one of the few times that the world looked at Canada as not being like one of the leaders as far as the way things were handled.
Right.
You know, I think people always look to Canadians like, oh, the way they do it up there is they got all
they get the healthcare.
They got their stuff together.
Yeah.
This was one of the few times where it seemed like we weren't necessarily the front runner as far as how certain things were handled. Even right now, the airports are crazy, and you know, there shouldn't be that much of a difference between even us in the States as far as how we've kind of transitioned out of COVID. Well, I don't even know if we have transitioned out. I think we're coming right back into it.
I mean, you guys have been in Atlanta. You guys know it don't exist there. What?
No comment.
How many meals have you guys shared at a strip club in the last 12 months in Atlanta?
No comment.
At least one, right?
Oh, yeah.
At least. Yeah. Blue Flame got great wings.
That's one of the strip clubs I actually still haven't gone to yet.
There's a strip club there that plays terrible music. It's like Nickelback and like Creed and Metallica.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
But they got good lamb chops.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It's actually right up the side, right up the street from Southside.
It's like, yeah, they got great lamb chops.
No, he's not talking about Cheetah. He's not talking about Cheetah.
I think he's right.
No,
they got the lamb chops.
Cheetah's definitely playing Nickelback.
It's I swear it's the other one up the street from Jermaine's.
No. He's right.
It's Cheetah's.
It's Cheetah. Yeah. No. Yeah, they got the lamb chops.
Cheetah's isn't playing Nickelback anymore.
Yes, they are.
I've been there like 3 times in the last.
When I went there, they were playing some fucking Nickelback.
When I went to Cheetah, they were
definitely. By the way,
playing rock
Nickelback
music.
Canadian.
Yeah.
When's that happening, boys? When are we gonna do the little fucking collab? Huh?
Are they still out?
That's a wild man. That's a big song.
Was that y'all shit?
Nickelback. People hated Nickelback, but I was like, Nickelback kind of secretly have a couple bangers.
There's some hits.
Yeah, cool.
They got a few.
Spider-Man soundtrack.
The Spider-Man soundtrack I liked. Hero track I liked.
Yeah, their music is better than Creed's. I'll tell you that.
Is it?
No
I thought
disrespect to
I thought
Creed.
people. I thought.
Oh no, Creed's
people
music
were
was
looking at-
atrocious.
Oh wow.
People always shit on Nickelback like they're the.
Lesser Creed is what I always thought people thought. But
I'm trying to figure out a word that
Popular
not get me
Creed?
canceled. That they're the somethingest band in the world, right? But they're not.
but what's
Creed
no
is.
wait? What's the something? Well, come on, just give it. What's the word, man? Somethingist.
You know,
What is, no, I don't.
They're the in the world.
Oh wow.
We're just gonna
What
bleep
does
that out.
mean?
It's almost like it's like Nickelback is like the
But all these bands, aren't they just kind of like
flow rider of like rock
very
music, right?
influenced
I'm
by
saying
Pearl
pop.
Jam?
Is it poppy?
It's poppy, right? Yeah.
Okay, poppy.
But like Linkin Park was poppy, you know, like.
I guess.
But I like Linkin Park.
Yeah, shout out to Linkin
Creed's from Canada, or not Creed. Nickelback's from Canada. So those y'all, y'all gotta fucking stick together, man. That'd be kind of crazy
Shout
if
out
y'all
to
did a
Nickelback.
record with Creed. It might sound terrible.
Wait,
but
Creed's Canadian? You mean Nickelback?
I keep saying Creed.
Nickelback, right?
I'm confusing my Caucasians. I'm confusing my shitty rock bands, guys. Jesus.
That's funny.
Here we are. So do we have any idea when the project will be dropping?
In the next couple of months.
And then so soon.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
How fun was the little photo shoot, y'all? With the you were for the single.
Oh, that was in. We had to do that a couple times just to make it look that way. But no, it was dope. The models all got into character.
Nice.
How'd you get into character for it?
I put on a silk shirt.
Do you wear those like normally?
Yeah.
Uncomfortable?
No, silk uncomfortable.
Like if it's hot? I'm from Arizona. So
It doesn't like stick
Silk
to you. No,
breathes.
just it's the breathiest, flowiest.
see, I don't know. I've never
It's like
worn a
bed-
silk.
bed
When you're
sheets.
shaped like me, I'm shaped like a bag of potatoes. I can't wear a fucking silk shirt.
You said you're in the gym now. You listen to
I am. I've been working out. I have been working out.
Oh, silk is
But
on
I
the way.
still got the dad bod. And plus, what do I look like in a silk shirt, bro? Like
That's
seriously.
fly. You look like
Nah,
Miami. You just gotta get a boat.
Get a fucking pair of shorts, some fresh white Air Forces.
shorts.
That's
Silk
Scott
shorts.
Storch used to do that all the time.
Come on, man. Don't do that to me.
You would kind of look.
Everyone says I look like Scott Storch's little brother.
There you
This
go.
is the thing. Did you
Scott
say that on
Flame,
purpose?
Scott Flame.
No. Don't do that to me, bro. Scott's a great guy.
Kev Storch?
Have you met Scott Storch?
One time in my
Great guy. Chain
Super nice
smoker.
guy.
Great guy. Great guy. Very talented.
Yeah, you're like
He's like, I would say he's, where would you guys put him all time? Top 15?
who? Scott
Storch.
As a producer.
Yeah.
top 15.
Rap? You sing rap or are you saying?
I'm saying rap, yeah, because if you go all raw, obviously.
That's what I'm
You know
saying.
what? Because of how high Dre is going to be, and people don't realize how
Much
much he
Scott.
Those
influenced that
keys,
Dre
especially
era,
2001, yeah.
then I think you got to put him not,
I think he could get top 15.
not far.
So I don't think that's.
I think people just forget
stretch.
how much he did.
Yeah.
Who's your like top 5 producers, hip hop, all time?
Wow. Top 5. Ye, Timbaland, Neptunes, Primo, there's too many. Just Blaze.
Just Blazes.
So you don't have Dre in there?
And you don't have Jermaine Dupri. I get it. Fuck him, right? He's just doing your whole album.
There's too many.
Yeah.
Because Jermaine is
That-
like so much bigger than just hip hop.
I agree. So it's Timbaland. But I actually feel like Timbaland, if you think about the range, I don't know if anyone's fucking with Timbaland. Now, my personal favorite ever is Just Blaze. Like, he's my personal favorite. I know he's not the best, but he's my personal number one. But Timbaland to me is like the range. If you think about the Justin Timberlake
His
shit,
range is
crazy.
his range is the
to the
crazy.
Aaliyah shit, to
Tim was my favorite producer. And I actually just met him for the first time, maybe like 3 weeks ago with Jermaine.
There was like a Bubba Sparks album called Deliverance.
Those beats are wild.
That is crazy.
Those beats are crazy.
No, Tim's a
No one talks about that album. I'm like, y'all understand this motherfucker did a whole country rap album that was like flawless?
I haven't heard that album.
Deliverance is crazy. Don't listen to the first album's like the one with Ugly, which is a great record, but the second one is
the one.
He was sampling all kinds of like folk country and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Timbaland's that guy, man.
I'll check it out.
So we're getting an album in the next couple months.
Yeah.
Video's dope. I saw that Joe Budden was a little critical of this record. He's a fan of you guys, obviously, but was that just coming with having Maul in the video?
I mean, I think
there was
Maul
a lot of things.
definitely Maul played a part in that. I think we knew once Maul was in the video. I mean, it's crazy because I wasn't thinking about it at all, and then it hit me. I was like, oh, you know what, Joe's gonna probably have something to say about.
Because he said you guys talk, right? You and Joe?
We DM him
Right.
here and there.
He's an R&B fan.
Yeah,
like he talks about R&B a lot. Yeah.
He's good for saying a lot of real things, but he's also good for just kind of just saying things sometimes. So it is what it is. You know, I think he said we dropped an album in 2016, then another one in 2019. And so we don't drop enough for him. And I was like, that is not our album history at all. That's not accurate at all. But shout out to Joe. You know, whatever it is, what it is.
You just can't. He's just not the Dvsn Wikipedia he thinks he is.
Apparently. Yeah, and sometimes he's just wrong on records. Wrong on great records. Like, this one's already proven that. He's went out and, you know, he said what he said. And then, you know, I think the same, maybe like a few days later, we heard the most #1 added song to urban radio. You know, so you're wrong.
I think it's like, I watched that clip, and I think he's probably like, it's kind of like if you're like a really big fan of like an underground rapper, right? Mm-hmm. And then they put out like a song with Drake or some crazy, and you're just like, you didn't have to, you know what I mean? I feel like that was more his perspective. I don't agree with it because I love this fucking song. I think the song is great, but I think that like, I feel like, you know, most fans who are with you from the beginning, when you have that first real big splash, they're kind of like, you know what I mean? So maybe he was just speaking from that perspective.
Maybe, you know, and one thing about this song that I have noticed, whether it's, you know, a critic or just like a casual listener, a fan even, is it sticks with you in a way that's different. So I think that even if on first listen you don't want to like it,
right,
on second listen you realize that you kind of do, but you might not want to say it.
Even if you don't like it, it's going to be in your fucking head.
You can't get it out of your head. So it's just that kind of song, which is cool.
Would you guys do a remix to this record?
Yeah. If the right idea came to mind, for sure, why not?
Yeah, I feel like when a record gets this big, it's like people are going to remix it themselves.
Yeah, we've already.
So you'd almost rather, have like control the remix.
Control of one. We've seen some girls start to make their clapbacks, which I think is crazy. I think it's amazing.
I haven't seen any of these. Any good ones?
It's amazing.
Some pretty decent ones.
Shout out to Baby Tate.
Baby Tate, who's label mate.
Yeah. Oh, is she a label mate? She's okay. There you go. So, no, hers was fire. But a bag of girls have started to do it. And
is a bag of girls a group, like a rap group?
No. A bunch of women.
Oh, I see. Okay. Let's say it's
a bag of girls.
Interesting name for a group in 2020.
No, a bunch of girls have done it, and what I think is very interesting, and what I think we knew was going to happen too. Besides this song bringing this conversation about relationship and setting up the story of the album, blah blah blah, it's going to show some sides of people. It's showing a lot of double standards in men. It's showing a lot of even hypocrisy though sometimes of women, because these women are now making super over the top toxic clapbacks,
right?
And girls are now cheering it on, like, yes, bitch, talk that shit, you know. And they're happy about it now.
They have so many of those.
I love this.
Women have so many of those.
So many.
What do you mean?
Non-stop.
We can
so many.
Insert R&B. Insert Keisha Cole's discography here.
Insert everything we've been.
You
heard.
have enough. Summer Walker.
Yeah,
Jesus
Summer
Christ.
Walker, SZA, everybody.
Keep going.
You know? And shout out to all of them.
Of course, love them all.
They're great records.
But I'm just glad that we got
we got one.
We haven't had. I feel like we haven't had some shit like this since Confessions. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Have you guys?
Was Confessions toxic when it came?
It wasn't toxic, but it was definitely like, oh wow, he's like rapping about like cheating and like fucking up a relationship and like.
So why don't people take this the same way?
I think it's a little more blatant, and we're in fucking.
And we're in the hook. It's an anthem. It's an anthem.
It's very anthem like. So, like you said, you guys did the like male like everyone's chanting, and let's be honest. It's 2022. Motherfuckers are pussy out here.
Ooh, I like that.
Wow.
Nobody's used to men talking like that shit on records, especially R&B. They're like, oh my, it's ruffle feathers.
Yeah, it's ruffle feathers.
You guys might fuck around and got canceled in a few like group chats. You know what I'm saying? You don't know.
For sure.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
saying? Chats. No, but yeah, it worked because the shock is, it's starting to wear off and people are like, but I like the song.
Well, there it is.